Alrighty guys, how the hell you doing today? It's cold. Minus 45 with the wind chill. Minus 31 daytime temperature. There's a little bit of a breeze, not a lot, but some. And yeah, we're feeding cattle. It's Friday, January the 12th. And the cows are going through the feed now. Let me tell you, they are going through the feed. Like before, we could get away with basically 2.5 bucket loads, 3 bucket loads per day to the big group out in the pasture. And now it's 4. Like, we have to feed them every day, basically. We fill the bunks every day. So also today is going to be a big bed down day, because the next couple nights it's supposed to basically hit minus 49 to minus 50 wind chill values, and that wind does play a factor. So my mocha dog is crazy. She won't jump up into the cab, and she's too big for me to push out of the way every time I want to get in and out of the tractor. So she's freaking running out here chasing me constantly. So I'll show her to you guys here shortly, but it's freaking cold. Some of the girls are laying down on the bedding and they don't even want to get off the bedding pack out there. Some came to eat, some never. This is my second bucket load right now. So once I get the cut feed all hauled out here, I gotta get hooked up to the Bale Pro, and we'll put down a couple, 2-3 bales of straw for them too. Anyway, I'll bring you guys back here in a little bit. There she is, heading back to the yard with me. Crazy dog. But normally mocha dogs, she's got her doghouse outside, and it's insulated. It's not heated, but it is insulated. And she's got a really heavy doggy bed in there and a couple other blankets. And normally she stays out there all winter, but when it gets really cold like this, I let her come into the porch of the house where it's a lot warmer for her. But we have to be careful not to let her in the house too often, because then she'll start shedding her hair out, and when she goes outside she'll end up getting sick on us. So it's basically overnight that she comes in, and then for the daytime she's back outside. In her case, that one paw of hers that is missing, that gives her grief in these really cold temperatures. Anyways, we got to continue with looking after our cattle, so I'll bring you guys back in a little while. Alrighty guys, so it's like after lunch here now. I didn't catch the time when I turned my cam on, but anyways, cows got 3 bales of straw out in the pasture. They got a bale of hay shredded out to them out in the pasture, 4 bucket loads of cut feed. Cows in the corral. They got a bale of straw. The calves got a bale of straw inside the barn. Miss Piggy, she got a bale of straw. Well, I forked her a bunch of straw off of that bale. And she's all fed up and watered up. Well, the water's gonna freeze, but regardless, her and the birds will have a heyday with the straw she's got. If you look close, you can actually see the birds on the side of the straw right there going into the building. All those little black spots, that's all birds. It's kind of snowing a little bit, and it's fucking cold. The house, the wood box is right stuffed full, and we did get the ashes cleaned out. So now I can start another fire, and we can burn wood for the rest of the day, tonight, tomorrow, so on and so forth. All those fun jobs, right? All we got to do now, oh yeah, the battery, because our pump for our fuel tank is just a battery, 12 volt pump. So he's charging. And being that our shop here is not heated, I need to plug this guy in because I don't want to have no issues tomorrow when I go to start him. So anyway, with that, I'm going to let you guys go. We're going to go sit in the house, have some lunch, coffee, so on and so forth. And before you know it, it'll be time to feed grain and chore this afternoon. But we won't need the tractor for that. So I'll let you guys go again. We'll catch you, I don't know, tomorrow. See ya. Alrighty guys, how's it going today? I hope you guys are having better days than we are. Not that today's terrible so far. It's not great, but it's not really bad. Big Blue here, he started, no issues there, but the hydraulics are really goddamn cold in them, just like yesterday. It's taking a lot to get them to warm up on the hydraulic issue end of it. As soon as you don't use your joystick for your front end loader for more than 4 minutes, everything slows right down because the oil gets so bloody cold in the system. Like in the lines that right here, all this oil in these lines, and in the hydraulic cylinders and stuff that work the loader to go up and down and tilt, and the grapple open and close, so on and so forth. So things are going a lot slower. Our new cows that we bought there this year, they're all fed up. They didn't need much. Realistically, I didn't even have to feed them, but I did give them a bucket load of cut feed. The bulls got a fresh round bale, and it's minus 52 this morning, and that goddamn wind is blowing like a son of a bitch. Not that it's blowing, it's not blowing super hard, it's only like maybe, I don't know, 30k or something like that. But you know what, at minus 35 to 40 degree temperatures and you get a 30k wind, it's goddamn cold. They say minus 52. Well, that might be in the friggin' city with the wind chill. I'd say out here in the open, it's a lot colder than that. We did have one casualty so far through this shit weather, and that old white cow, she actually went down on us a couple days ago, and we've been hauling water and feed to her. And last night she passed away on us. It's not the end of the world, but it's not prime condition either. It's not what you want to have happen, right? I don't know if you remember, but it's slow getting out here. I'm not pushing Big Blue here too hard. Yesterday when it snowed a bunch, it was snowing pretty good yesterday, last night. And these bunks, you see how the friggin' snow is all built up around them? That is not a good thing. It's not what we want to be seeing. The snow really caked up around those friggin' bunks. The one bunk is eaten down pretty good. The round bale that we fed out last night is virtually gone. That bunk is still 3/4 full. This bunk is pretty much empty. This one is still basically full, and so is that one there. But the cows, with all the straw we brought them yesterday, they seem to be doing okay. They're standing here, some are laying down in the straw. There's a couple up against the windbreak on the far side, laying down. And I think for this bucket load, I'm actually going to dump it on the ground right here, kind of out of the wind. And they can come and eat it right here off the ground. I'm sure they would appreciate that a hell of a lot more than having to stand in the wind where the bunks are. I know I wouldn't want to stand in the wind. If there's a way to get out of the wind a little bit, I would prefer that a lot more. Check this bedding pack for aborted calves potential. So far it's been a good year. We haven't had any issues, but with weather like this, anything can fucking happen, right? Okay, that's that bucket load. I'm gonna run home and grab another one, and we'll bring you guys back later. Alrighty, well, we're back to the yard, and this was our big cut feed pile. We had 125 bales in it. We had 25 in this one right in front of me. Now this one was pure hay, some old hay, mostly new hay. That was clover hay, old hay, new hay, yellow oats, some green feed oats, and some green feed barley, or yellow feed barley. Anyways, I've been mixing it, adding a bucket load of this hay into that other stuff. So that I can increase the energy levels and protein levels of that feed. Is the whole idea, anyways. So I basically pull a bunch down from that pile. Then I go into this pile, pull some down, and see how slow the grapple is. And then I'll grab a bucket load of this, dump it on top of that. Basically a cheap man's TMR. Minus the silage. Then I'll dump it on top of this little bit of pile that I made, mix it up some more, kind of like so, then grab a big bucket load and run it out to them cows. And yes, some guys have made the comment, it seems like the cut feed pile's really going down fast this year. And well, maybe, but we are feeding more animals out of the cut feed pile this year. We're 90 head on cut feed. Also, you gotta remember, last year when we made our cut feed pile, it was one pile, 200 bales. Just over 200, like 210 or something like that. This year it was only 125 in the main pile, or 150 between both. So, quite a few less bales and quite a few more animals. So it does make a difference, and I did that on purpose because I want to get them to come back here end of this month. I've actually already called the tub grinder guys and asked them to come back for the end of January, in between the 20th and the 30th. I gave them a 10-day window, and this will last me till then. And if it doesn't last, then we'll unroll bale or shred bales out. But anyway, I did it on purpose so that I can make a second pile, richer pile. It won't have the yellow feed. Now with that yellow feed, you end up with a bunch of straw type product, so it won't have any of the as much straw type product in there. It'll be more hay and clover. And the clover is just the volunteer clover that came into the hay fields this year. So yeah, that was the reasoning for making a second pile. They'll need that extra energy and protein at calving time. Anyway, I'm gonna get back out there. We'll get this bucket load unloaded, and I think that's all I'm gonna give them today, because there is still lots of feed in the bunks if they'll go to them. So anyway, I'll let you guys go. We'll talk to you later. Okay guys, so we're back here behind our shop, and we installed this Ritchie water bowl about 3 years ago, and it hasn't froze up. It's been good this year, all through the corrals that way. We've got 2 Edwards and a Wheatheart, and a Wheatheart is exactly the same as a Edwards. It's actually, Wheatheart is actually an Edwards water bowl. They just friggin' paint it black and put the Wheatheart friggin' colors on it. Anyways, I've had Ritchie, I've had Canarm, I've had Edwards, I've had UFA. UFA was here, if I remember correctly, it was UFA or some damn thing like that when we bought the farm. And when you get weather like this, they all freeze up to some extent, whether it be the float right on top or whether it's underneath or whatever. So last night, because of the weather, CP and I went around and we cover them up with a little tarp, and that's all it takes, is to throw a tarp over the top and tie it on there so the wind can't blow it off, and then take it off in the morning so your cows can drink, and then you do it again the following night. So tonight this one I'm actually, because it's 100 head, I'm actually gonna uncover half of it and I'll leave the tarp on the other half. So anyway, I'm gonna get out there and do this. I'm not gonna video me doing it because 1, it's windy, 2, it's really goddamn cold. I'll bring you back when I'm done out there. Yeah, it's cold out there. I'm bundled up like the orange abominable snowman. Anyway, there it is now. You can see the one half is still closed up, the other half they can drink from. So it might take longer for them to drink, but they might fight a little bit over it. But at least I don't have to deal with the frozen water bowl come end of day, right? Because there's nothing worse than dealing with frozen water when it's minus friggin' 35 or colder. Alrighty. I believe that's... get rid of that hood. I believe that's it for this morning for choring. So I guess we can take this tractor and put it away and basically sit in the house and keep the fire hot in the old wood burning stove. I'll let you guys go for now. We'll see what happens later on.